my darlings, I hope you're all doing very, very well. I hope you are sitting comfortably, you are cozy, and you have your snacks and your beverages at the ready. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at the Reddit subreddit page, Am I the Arsehole? It's been a while since I've done one of these videos. I don't remember the last time I did one of these, and I really like doing this series because I'm just nosy, to be honest with you. I just like to judge people's stories. I'm here for the tea. I'm here for the drama, honey. Okay, I cannot help it, alright? Those of you that don't know about the Reddit subreddit page, Am I the Arsehole? Basically, people write on this subreddit a situation that they have been in and ask if they are the arsehole in this situation. I also want to do a quick spider update. If you watched my previous video about the Ink Master contestant scandal thing, yes, there was another Ink Master contestant that's in a scandal. Are we shocked? No. But I discussed there being a spider in my video, and there were so many people helping me with that and telling me what type of spider it is. The consensus does seem to be a cellar spider, and it's still there. It's literally still up there. So I filmed that video 2 days ago, and it's still there with only, I can barely see, to be honest with you, because I'm not wearing my glasses, but I can see it's there, and I still think it still has 4 of its legs, and it's still just right up in the corner there. Yeah, thank you for all your help with that one. Anyway, let's get on to this video. So the first one we're going to read is, Am I the arsehole for being mad that my friend got my art tattooed without asking? I would 100% say, with no context, that this person is not the arsehole. I fully believe that if you're going to take a friend's piece of art, you should ask, right? Anyway, they say, hello, I, 21 non-binary, have a friend, male 40, who just recently decided to surprise me by getting an art piece of mine tattooed on his leg. I want to start out by saying I'm flattered that he cares enough about me to do it. Him and I have been friends for probably a couple of years now. We've only ever talked online, and it was made clear as soon as we started talking I was not romantically interested in him. We message each other maybe a few times a week just to check in on each other, let each other know we are there for each other, and then continue on with the day. The only time it was ever more than that was when he lost his father and his sister both, in which we got a little more chatty with each other just so I could help him through the hard time. I am an artist. I've been drawing since I was 14, but I am by no means a professional. I don't sell my work and don't believe it's anywhere near good enough to be on someone's body permanently. He made jokes before about getting my art tattooed on him, and I always told him not to because I didn't like the idea. If he insisted, I have a couple of pieces that I would have recommended for him to be able to get tattooed. However, here's the problem. The piece he got tattooed was a piece of a personal character of mine. This character is what people would consider a persona or persona. I use this character a lot, but more specifically for vent art when I'm having a difficult emotional time. The artist that did his tattoo not only agreed to put my artwork on someone's body without asking, but absolutely butchered my character as well. It looks horrible. Oh no. I'm upset because the character has a lot of meaning to me, and I don't want a stranger I haven't actually met flaunting it around like it was some sort of tacky flash design. So am I the arsehole? Oh, that is so freaking sad, and this just shows how much art is so meaningful to so many different people. You know, I always talk about, you know, copying artwork or stealing other people's artwork without permission, and so many people are so flippant about it and just say, well, you know, if you don't want someone to steal it, then don't, you know, post it online or don't just send it to people. But it's kind of just like, well, how about people just don't, you know, take stuff that isn't theirs and, you know, put it on their body forever? How about that? You know, have you ever thought about that? And this just makes me so freaking sad because, I mean, I don't really create art much at all, or what have you. I mean, I've tried here and there, but yeah, I don't have, you know, like a full-on special bond with creating art. But if I had put my heart and soul into something, and then for someone to just, you know, come and take that from me, and, you know, I don't know, I would also be really, really upset. I've had a couple of my tattoos copied here and there, specifically the pizza pin-up that's on the back of my arm, and it just pisses me off. It doesn't have like a super significant meaning to me or anything like that, but it's really annoying for me. But if I had like a huge meaning behind there, or if I created the art myself, you know, I'd just be so pissed off. So I fully understand this person's frustrations. Let me know how you would feel in this situation and with any other story that I mentioned in today's video. I absolutely love reading the comments on this video series because I love to see other people's differences of opinions. Am I the arsehole for forcing my wife to remove her tattoo she got without consulting me? Oh, I love these ones because they get me so riled up. This person has been voted an arsehole. So I don't really like tattoos on a girl, personal preference, and my wife knows this. On the other hand, my wife really wanted to get one. Again, I always say tattoos are not for everyone, and I fully understand that, but you should just keep your opinion to yourself. If you don't like them, that's fine, but don't control other people when they like them, you know? Then one day, out of the blue, she gets a tattoo of my name on her collarbone to surprise me. Ooh. Oh, that's a recipe for disaster, isn't it? When she showed me that, I really didn't know how to react. On one side, I was disappointed that she got one, but because it was my name, I let it slide because I didn't want to hurt her feelings. I told her that despite me not liking tattoos, I appreciate the gesture. But since I let that slide, she kept jokingly telling me that she wants some designs on her neck. I told her that tattoos really irk me and I'm not in agreement of this, and just as I also respect her opinions on something, for example, like she hates me clean shaved, so I haven't really done a clean shave in ages, she should also respect my opinion. Now here is where the problem is. She had gone home to visit her parents and she calls me yesterday that I have a surprise, and she sends me a photo of a tattoo on her neck. When I saw that, I felt really hurt and disappointed that she couldn't respect this wish of mine. When I confronted her, she said she is sorry, she didn't know I will be so hurt and to let it go. When I didn't accept her apology, she started telling me to stop being a kid and not make such a huge scene out of a small thing. She was making me feel like a bad guy to not immediately forgive her, but I stood my ground and really ignored her apology and even cancelled our upcoming vacation trip because I had zero mood of travelling anymore. She is now telling me that she will get it removed if it's such a big problem for me, but she is making me feel like an arsehole for this. Somehow I'm the bad person here. But am I not justified for having strong preferences and opinions about what my partner should do? Why am I the bad person here when in fact she was the one who went behind my back and did the thing I don't like? She thinks I could have let it go. It's not a big deal and I'm the arsehole in this one. So tell me guys, am I the arsehole? Oh boy. So I understand his side of things to some extent. You know, he has a personal preference. He said, you know, I personally don't like tattoos on the people that I'm with, which is very, very valid. There's, you know, some things that I don't like personally. There's the type of man that I don't like personally, you know, the super like gym bro, black and grey realism sleeve that's got like lion clock and rose and what have you, you know, like the Love Island type. That's just not my type, but then I wouldn't obviously date that person because they're just not my type. But if for whatever reason Tom, who is very much my type, was to get, you know, lion clock and rose realism tattoo, which he would never, he's a traditional strictly kind of person, I wouldn't all of a sudden kick up a fuss and be like, oh my god, like you've betrayed me, oh my gosh, you've gone behind my back. I'd just be like, okay, well if it makes you happy, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, there was obviously love there beforehand. I don't know how a small neck tattoo could be a deal breaker to me personally. It sounds like this love is very, very conditional. There's things that you should be upset about and get divorced over or what have you, or cancel trips over. A tattoo is just, to me personally, not one of them. Like, this kind of energy to me would be over doing something, you know, pretty terrible. I guess tattoos, in this man's opinion, is terrible. I don't know. And the whole, but I'll let this one slide for the first one. Like, do you want a medal for that? Do you need like some kind of ceremony and some applause, you know, for being such a noble person that you let your wife do something with her body that she has every right to do? Like, that kind of attitude as well just rubs me the wrong freaking way. This truly does give the vibes of a toddler not getting their own way and throwing their toys out the pram because of it. And I fully believe that this wife should not be removing no tattoo. Like, I understand some people just want to keep the peace. You wouldn't catch me trying to keep no freaking peace. Do you know what I'm saying? Absolutely not. I'd be getting 5 more just to piss this person off. Will I be the arsehole for asking my mum to change her tattoo that has a link to me? This has been voted arsehole poo mode. What? I'm not sure how this will go, but here goes nothing. It hasn't happened yet, so I want to know if it's a good idea. About a year ago, I came out as non-binary. My mum has a tattoo for each of her kids, me, my brother, and my 5 sisters. That's a lot. That's probably a lot of tattoos. Anyway, mine doesn't technically have my dead name. Let's say my old name was Kyle, and the new name is Charlie. Instead of Kyle, it says Kai, which isn't too bad, but it's still connected to my old name in a way. I'm considering asking her to replace the K with a C. This way it would still be my nickname, but it wouldn't be linked to my old name. That way, if someone asked about it, she wouldn't have to dead name me. On one hand, my old name is her firstborn child's name, and that means a lot to her as well, as it's her body. I shouldn't get a say. That's my people pleaser side. But on the other hand, it's my happiness, my life, and if she decided to explain it to someone who didn't know my old name, then the only explanation for why K is there is because Kyle is my old name. So would I be the arsehole? I do not agree with this voting. I know there's always two sides to this story, because obviously, yes, this name does mean a lot to, you know, this parent gave this person the name and what have you, and you know, it's a very meaningful process to give someone a name. I'm fully aware of that, but I'm also very, very aware of how important it is for non-binary and trans people to go by a name that is comfortable for them, and then for their old dead name to be still floating about, it can be very, very triggering for them. So I completely understand the worry and the stress that this original poster is having, and this is why I will probably always advise not getting name tattoos for whoever. There is a chance later on down in the line that they will want to change their name for whatever reason. Nothing in life is ever guaranteed, you know? So I feel like the original poster has every right to address these concerns with their mum. Like, you have every right. Like, all you have to do is say, hey, like, your tattoo does make me feel kind of uncomfortable because my old name might be brought up and I don't want to be associated by that name anymore. Obviously, changing a tattoo is a process. It'd be kind of hard to change a K to a C, to be honest with you. But what you have to do, I guess, is just like black it out or remove it and then put it back on, which obviously is time and money, and sometimes people just don't have the time or money. But I feel like a conversation like this would not hurt at all. Wow, I've actually got my mic the right way round this time. Hi, hello, this is me while I'm editing. I also want to address something that might come up, which has come up before when I've talked about this type of topic, and it's the fact that people will say, well, Lauren, you're very heavy on that, well, it's that person's body, it's their choice, which true, absolutely, okay, it is, but this isn't, you know, some kind of silly little flower tattoo or anything else, to be honest with you. This is something that is going to impact a person's life. I feel like it's very important that the person that posted this story has the right to bring up the fact that their parents' tattoo makes them feel uncomfortable. Am I the arsehole for choosing the same tattoo style as my ex? Oh my, it's been voted not the arsehole. 5, 27 male, been with my current significant other, 25 female, for almost 2 years. My ex and I broke up in 2021 and she had a bunch of tattoos. For years I've been undecided on what kind of tattoo I'm going to get. I was bouncing around between getting a modest Star Wars or video game style, but I haven't had my heart set on it. Recently I went on Pinterest to see what other styles are appropriate for a first tattoo. Then I come across the plant/leaves that go around your forearm. I was hooked immediately, more so than when I was debating whether I'd get a Darth Vader or Geralt tattoo. Naturally, I relayed this news to my significant other and told her I'd be getting that one for sure. She knows I've been thinking about getting a tattoo. She was upset. She went so far as to say it's a reflection how I haven't gotten over my breakup and subconsciously chose this. It's the first thing that your family and your friends will think about when they see it. It's the same style as your ex, she said. She also said, I can't look at you anymore knowing you would have the same tattoo as her. It's insane why you would pick that. I looked at it from her perspective. It may be the same style, but not once did I think of my ex when I picked it. I told her, I know it's similar, but I promise this isn't about her. It's the first design I felt so sure about. She resorts by saying, I don't even care anymore. If you do that, I don't care. Call it weird or whatever, but that is reason enough for me to call it quits. I can't stand looking at you and think you're the same. I replied, yes, I'm still thinking about getting it, but if you can't take my word that it's not about her or anyone other than myself, that's your call. She promptly blocked me on text and socials. Am I the arsehole? Wow, that's... Is it fair to say that seems like a bit of an overreaction to go and like block your other half of almost 2 years for this? You know, this seems very genuine, like the whole process of coming across this tattoo style. I personally wouldn't think anything of this at all. I don't know, like when it comes to tattoos, there is obviously a varied amount of styles, but there isn't enough, you know, to keep everyone separated and what have you. You know, you've got traditional, neo-traditional, realism, black work, line work, Japanese, cyber signalism, I can never get that out. Your basic little Pinterest tattoos. And there's obviously loads of like sub-genres, but most people do end up just falling into the most popular tattoo categories, you know? For me, it's black work, traditional, and then I've got a little bit of realism and then a little bit of line work here and there as well. I just feel like it's a bit of a stretch to be like, oh, you're copying your ex by having the same tattoo style as them. Like, I don't know. I just feel like personally that's a bit of a stretch. That's not where my brain would go anyway. I just went, oh well, you finally figured out what you want tattooed. Congratulations. I wouldn't take it that deep. It just seems like there is maybe some deep-rooted issues here or something. I don't know. Am I the arsehole for going ahead and getting a tattoo? This has been voted not the arsehole. My 34 female, husband 32 male, has never been a fan of tattoos, and after my first one on my foot, he referred to it as my ugly foot for quite a while. No! That's so incredibly mean. My second tattoo is one he took me to and sat with me for. Now, a few years down the line, I decided to get my first easily visible tattoo and decided for a half sleeve. I showed him photos of what I was thinking initially, but ended up with a different design that was bigger and got it. Now it is being referred to as trashy, disgusting, gross, and not even remotely classy. By the way, it's just Floral. Wow. I'm big on my body being mine to make these choices, and I did so knowing he wouldn't be a fan. I have talked about this particular design for over a year and finally did it. Am I the arsehole? Absolutely not. Hell no, is this person an arsehole? And honestly, divorce. Like, your other half should not be describing any part of you as, what was it again? Let's reread that. Trashy, disgusting, gross. If your partner is saying these things about you, even if it is just a body part or a tattoo, red flags. Like, that is vile to me. Of course, you don't have to like tattoos, but you don't need to be an asshole about it. Like, you can say, yeah, it's not for me. That's it. That's what you have to say. You don't have to tell someone that they are trashy, disgusting, and gross. Okay? No, I cannot stand this type of attitude and behaviour. Like, I would not stand for it. If Tom called any part of my body like ugly foot, okay, in a serious matter, oh my days, he would be sleeping outside so quick. Okay, I'm gonna read one more for this video. Will I be the arsehole if I told my husband my mother photoshopped his hand tattoo out of our family photos? No. So for context, my mother, 70 female, and my husband, 29 male, have never gotten on too well. She has always been very obnoxious about us having tattoos, as boomers usually do. Not always. I want to rectify that. Okay, not all boomers are anti-tattoo, okay? I try and keep the peace the best I can. My mother, oh so graciously, has been gifting us high-quality, large-framed printed photos for the past 2 years. They are beautiful and decorate our walls, such as my baby's first photograph at the hospital, our wedding pictures, and other special events. Recently, I was admiring my baby's first photo on my Instagram. It was the same one that hung on the wall in front of me, and then I noticed my husband's hand that caressed her cheek was nowhere to be seen. The photo on the wall was the same, but photoshopped. I was shocked. Immediately, I started comparing the original photo in my album to the ones on the wall. His tattooed hand was edited to be clear skin. Insane. I am debating on telling him, as I know he would hate to realise she had edited out his tattoos on our wedding day as well. Thinking about keeping quiet as this will just cause drama, or should I confront her? Will I be the arsehole if I told my husband my mum photoshopped out his tattoos on our framed photos? I mean, how has he not even noticed? Like, that's my first question. Like, how have you not even noticed that your tattoo is missing from these artworks? But like, I don't know, I don't want to generalize too much, but some men are very, very unaware, you know? Like, I will change something about my hair or something and Tom will not notice until like weeks later or something. Or I'll do something in the house, you know, change some decorations or whatever, and oblivious, won't even notice. So I can kind of understand as to why he wouldn't notice, but if I noticed this, I would have to tell Tom. I would have to tell him. I mean, I don't have any parents, but say my mum was still alive and she had been gifting us photos. We're not like the photo couple type, to be honest with you, but say I was in this situation, I'd just be like, yo, you'll never guess what I've just noticed. Okay, my mum, Yes, so she's been a little bit handy dandy on the old Photoshop, and your hand tattoo, it's gone. It's been missing in these photos for all this time. And even though these photo frames are a very nice gesture, there is definitely some backhandedness within them, you know? It's kind of like, I'm gonna give you this gift, but I'm gonna change some stuff about it that, you know, I don't like, and that makes me happy. But like, a gift should make the receiver happy, surely, right? Oh, the audacity, honestly, like that's ballsy. Okay, my darlings, like I was saying earlier, I would love to know your thoughts and opinions on all of the stories mentioned in this video, or some of them, or one of them, whichever you want to share your opinions on. And yeah, that's it for today's video. I just want to say thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me today. I appreciate you all so much. And until my next video, stay safe and stay well, stay comfy and cozy, and yeah, until my next one, bye!